Hi, this is your Houston chiropractor, Dr. Gregory Johnson. We have Rodney in here with us this afternoon, and Rodney comes here after watching our YouTube videos, and he's been to other chiropractors and seen what they do and how they adjust, and I'll let you explain it to him, Rodney. Just tell him how you told me when you go to the chiropractors, what they do to you.
Been to several chiropractors throughout the last few years, and a lot of them don't take a lot of time to adjust you, and they just go straight to adjustment without. Seems like a standard adjustment without an exam, and move you right through.
And by standard, you mean they pop a couple in here and twist you on your side down here.
Start low and work high, and then do your neck and
see you Wednesday.
See you next time.
Okay, so I just did your history and examination. Mm-hmm. So in your experience with the various chiropractors you've been to and then coming here, how would you describe my history and examination process over what you've had previously?
As for quite a bit more history, and as far as how I feel from day to day, and how long it's been going on, and how it differs from day to day in my usual routines.
And also about your exam, though.
Oh, my exam was a lot more hands-on and took a little time, but
I checked your muscle strength and your reflexes and everything.
Very thorough, yes.
Yep. And did I find all the sore spots on your spine when I checked you? And I told you where they were. You didn't have to tell me, right?
Right. You could tell.
That's a sign of a good chiropractor, when they can tell you where you're hurting instead of the patient having to say, "Oh, it hurts right there. You have to go back there and get it." Because, you should be able to palpate the spine and figure out where the subluxations are, and you'll know that that's sore. And that just comes from experience and talent and education. And, there's a lot of chiropractors that really badmouth me on Reddit and what we do here, saying that I'm a gross adjuster. I don't know exactly what that means. I do adjust globally on the x-axis, the y-axis, and the z-axis, but that's why most people come to see us here, is because I adjust the whole body as opposed to just hitting a specific spot in their neck or their back to integrate their nervous system with their body parts properly so that they can have their absolute peak performance and function. So we've already done his exam and everything, but I'm going to show you a couple highlights. Let's have you close your eyes and bend your head forward and backwards for me, Rodney. Then back to neutral. Yep. Okay, so you can see his head's forward and translated and tilted off to the left, so I can tell he's a side sleeper. His ear's dropping all the way out here. Now, if you just imagine, and I'm not saying this about Rodney's head being a bowling ball, but all of us have these big bowling balls on top of this thin little spine. And if your bowling ball is forward like this, that puts additional weight-bearing compressive stresses and causes the muscles and ligaments of the spine plus the disc to work out harder just to hold this head up in gravity. The head weighs between 8 and 15 pounds usually. Some more than others. Some are harder headed than others. Some got more in their mind than others. So they're a little heavier, but usually when you have forward head posture, you'll feel some neck and upper back pain and stress, tightness, and you get this mid-thoracic pain and spasm because the trapezius muscle comes all the way down into the lower thoracics around T12L1 and inserts into that area. So the traps aren't just up here, they triangle all the way down into the T12 area, and this is where you get a lot of your spasm and your cramping you talked about in your mid-back, right?
Right.
And then see in the mirror here, if you look in the mirror, you can see your pelvis has a little less room over here between your arm and your pelvis than it does over here. So your pelvis has shifted left to center, and that shows me a little curvature, scoliosis in your spine, which when I was palpating, you felt that too, right?
Right.
Okay, so let's go ahead and lay you back on your tummy here. There's a lot of chiropractors that badmouth the ring dinger spinal decompression adjustment manually that I do. But you know what? None of them have ever even had it or done it, so I don't know how they can say that it's not effective when they don't even do it. So Rodney has bilateral SI joint subluxations, and checked his leg length here, and his right leg is a half an inch shorter than his left leg in this position. When I bring him up, it gets even. That tightens up in your low back, doesn't it?
Yes.
And see his pelvis raised up off the table when we did that too. I did a sacral deviation test on him. Go ahead and lift your right leg up, please, sir. Good. Now your left one. And the left one was harder, wasn't it?
Yes.
So he's got a left sacral deviation on top of rotation in his pelvis, in his SI joints. That's affecting his lumbar spine. You should have a nice forward lordosis here in the lumbar spine. His has flattened out now as a result of his pelvic rotation and the spasm that he has in his thoracic spine and thoracolumbar area. But he's got tenderness right here at L5, L4, L3, L2, all the way up into his lower thoracic area where he's getting kind of muscle cramps and spasms in his lower thoracics here. And he's got the curvature right through here, and you can see my hands. It moves out to the right and then back over to the left, and that's tender right there too. He's got some knots in his shoulders here, and his neck's out right there on the right, mostly on the right up here in your neck. Okay, so we're going to give him his very first chiropractic adjustment at Advanced Chiropractic Relief today. Let's come over on this table first though, Rodney, because you got that lower thoracic area going on. This is a great adjustment for that area of the spine. Watch that cord. And then get on your knees on this table. Put your knees about right here. And then face up in here, please, sir. Now I want you just to let your spine kind of sink down in here and relax. No, let it sink with gravity. There you go, better. I'm getting tension on this and bringing it to tension. There we go. That was a deep one, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's come over here again. Yeah, that's surprises a lot of people because that's an area of the spine that's very difficult transition zone between the thoracic spine kyphosis and the lumbar spine lordosis. But his right leg was a half inch shorter a second ago. It's exactly even now. And Rodney, I'm gonna bring him back up. You tell me if it hurts as much this time.
No.
Imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody's a critic out there that's never had anything done like this before. Got lots of critics, but we also have lots of patients who prefer this three-dimensional XYZ axis adjusting to the traditional put you on your side, twist you, and try to jump start a Harley Davidson. There's L5, there's L4, L3, L2, all the way up to L1 there. Now I'm going to go up above your thoracolumbar. Okay, just breathe normal. There you go. Now Rodney's a big guy, so adjusting him is kind of like moving a Volkswagen. Vertebra size. You go feel your head popping up a little bit here. I'm going to put the curve back in your neck and get your head back up over your shoulders. Perfect. Okay, let's turn you on your back now, please, sir. And you notice I never do that side posture adjusting on people because in my 37 years worth of experience slide down this way, I have found that it creates a ligamentous instability in the SI joints in the lumbosacral spine. Put both arms out to the side, palms up. And I have asymmetrical facets at L5S1, so you know when chiropractors try to adjust me on my side, it hurts me more than it did before I even went in. So I just don't let chiropractors do that to me anymore. Relax this. There you go. Now you should have felt that all the way up in your lower back, Rodney.
Sure did.
Good. Let this one go. There you go. Super. Okay, now let's sit you up and face this way, sideways. Yep. Scoot back this way just a little bit, please, sir. There we go. Oh, relax this. There we go. There. And to get an appointment here, go to Advanced Houston Chiropractor and fill out a new patient request form, and that's the fastest way to get in here. And you did that too, didn't you, Rodney?
Right. Yes.
Did Renee get back to you in a timely manner?
Yeah.
Yep.
Same day.
Same day. See, she's good at that. She answers over 100 of those a day. So I think she does good. She even goes home after we get done and does that. She's a keeper. Not just for that reason either. Okay, let's come over here. And a lot of people say, I tried calling 100 times. Well, we don't answer our phone. We're so busy, we don't have time to answer our phone. There we go. There. Okay. Yeah. This is gonna feel tight at first here, Rodney. Don't tilt though, just lay flat. There you go. I'll get it in there sideways. Yes, sir. Not going anywhere now, are you? So let your legs bend and relax naturally here. So to all you my critics out there on this ring dinger, you know, the results speak for themselves. We don't paralyze people. We don't give people strokes. Okay, relax. There you go. Yes, sir. Home run. Felt that one all the way down, didn't you?
Yep.
Okay, lay your head in my hands as if you're sleeping. Tilt your left ear to your left shoulder. Now wiggle your right ear. There you go. Tilt your right ear to your right shoulder. Wiggle your left big toe. There you go. Boy, it doesn't get any better than that, my friend. Whew. Now that is a full body adjustment. Did you ever get that at the joint? We're not going to try to sign you up for a long-term plan either. Let's come over this way. We don't put people on long-term treatment plans here. We adjust them and get them well and get them back to living their lives and working, and then they come in when they want to. Let's have you relax and flex your head forward and backwards for me. Back to neutral. Take a look in the mirror right now compared to when you walked in. You're standing up taller already.
Yep.
You see the difference?
Yep, sure do.
Okay, pull these up and back though. This is your homework right here. Flare these backwards like this. See, that tightens up that whole trap. And then your head's forward and left, so bring it straight back first. Translate right, and then look at the wall behind you. You'll feel a little tap right there. This is not a ray gun either. This is a Atlas specific adjusting instrument that I adjust the Atlas on the x-axis, which sends a neurological proprioceptive afferent impulse into the cerebellum. The cerebellum then recalibrates the rest of the body and tries to get a neurospinal learning process going on, or neuromuscular re-education, to hold that person in a better biomechanical position. So let's have you flex your head forward and backwards again, Rodney. This should feel smoother to you this time.
Yes, not as much cracking.
Yeah, back to neutral. Okay, look in the mirror now. So you're not near far left and you're not tilting off to the left. And now we got pretty equal spacing down here, and your hands are at your sides as opposed to being out in front of you like they were when you first walked in. So not only can our patients feel the difference and feel better after their adjustments, but you can visibly see the difference in the mirror too, correct?
Right.
So how was this adjustment experience on the XYZ axis for you compared to the other chiropractors you've been to?
Seems to be a lot more movement and a lot of release of pressure. A lot more release of pressure.
So, talking to my critics out there about the ring dinger not being anything worth doing. And
I think that it was worth doing.
yeah, absolutely, right?
Right,
I mean, you
right.
instinctively kind of knew you needed that, right?
Right. You
Yeah.
could feel the tightness from like my neck down to the middle, and now there doesn't seem to be any at all.
Yeah,
right?
at all. Yeah.
So,
No pain at all. So that's a big difference here. I mean, we adjust people to get them back to living their lives as quickly as possible, as cost effectively as possible. And you don't keep them coming in 3 times a week for 6 months or 3 months and paying $10,000 case fee for that and stuff like that, or sign you up on monthly programs. We see people each visit for their needs and take care of their whole body in one adjustment. And how would you describe your very first experience here then to others out there watching?
A+. It was A+. I got a lot out of it. A lot of relief and a lot of learning also.
Yeah, good. We try to be as educational as possible.
Right.
Thank you for sharing your experience with everyone on YouTube.
No problem. Thank you.
This is your Houston chiropractor coming to you from Advanced Chiropractic Relief and hardcore chiropractic every single day, and we will answer our critics' questions about my methodology at any time scientifically. We can back up everything that I'm doing, so I don't have anything to say to the naysayers except keep your words to yourself unless you absolutely know for a fact because you received it or have personally done it. So, you know, that's like people out there criticizing you for driving your truck when they've never even been in a big truck.
Right, correct.
Right? How would you like that?
I wouldn't like it.
No, I don't like it either. So we'll see y'all soon.